Welcome everybody to the Big Pauly video channel. I am Big Pauly, Paul Blum here in Pinellas Park, Florida. Today the 18th day of April 2011. Not much went on over the course of the weekend. Of course, if you're living in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and some other states in the South, it's a different story, as tornadoes, 241 of them was the count I saw, blitzed through the mid-south, southeast parts of the United States. We did not get any here in Tampa, St. Pete. The front pass gave us a little cooler weather, but it didn't produce any thunderstorms. So if you are in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia area, and any other parts afflicted by the tornado outbreak, as we get in the springtime, my sympathies, and hope you get back on your feet soon. Still thinking about this online poker situation that occurred Friday. The Department of Justice, this was out of New York, issued seizures against Poker Stars, Absolute Poker, Full Tilt Poker. Most of you know the story. I find it interesting, as I reflected on this a little bit more over the weekend, that they go after online poker, but they don't go after other forms of sports that are not regulated and haven't been regulated for years, like boxing, mixed martial arts. I just think you're living in. I would hate to be one of these people that had money in Poker Stars or Full Tilt Poker and Absolute Poker, because you might not get it out now. It is the government seizing control, and I had done blogs about this before, that sometime in the future the states, if they're not broke now, they will be soon because of the failing economy. Today, Standard & Poor's downgraded the outlook for the United States disfavorably. They still have a AAA credit rating, but that might be changing soon. So the states are going broke. They're going to need money, and I figured two ways they would do it would be online poker, that they would sponsor it somehow, and making marijuana legal in a whole bunch of states, similar to what California has now. Now, what are they going to do about online poker? Well, I think as we know it, it's gone. And the other rooms, like Doyle's Room and Ultimate Bet and Party Poker, they have two choices: either adjust and make their players pay taxes, or they're going to be gone too. And this has a tremendous chilling effect on the average online poker player, because now you don't know what to do. You don't know what's your next move. Do you go to Party Poker, Ultimate Bet, or something like that? And if you're a computer user, like I am, what will they do next? Will they go after BitTorrent sites, file sharing sites, because that technically has been illegal for years, but if they really wanted to make it illegal, they would just simply close these places down, which they haven't done, which in itself I believe is entrapment. Will they start regulating the internet like China is doing, where you must have an internet ID to log on, and you must account for every comment you make on the internet, and you must account for yourself, you give your real name every time you make an email? That doesn't sound like a hell of a lot of fun to me. Hopefully not to you either. But I just think this is the first shot in what's coming, where the internet's going to be a lot less free and a lot less open. Basically because word is getting out. Look how popular conspiracy theory is. I'm not talking necessarily about the Jesse Ventura show, but the movement, the patriot movement, the conspiracy theory movement, whatever it is you would like to call it, has gained popularity since the birth of the internet. Again, going back to the fact that on the internet you could basically say anything. So if the government moves to clamp down and to control this, well, what's your first thought? My first thought is they're trying to hide something. What it is, the average person does not have the time to do the homework on. And that's the way that's going to go. Hang on just a moment. A few sports notes. I noticed that there were a lot. I don't watch a lot of NBA until like the Final 8, Final 4, Final 2. But I noticed there was a lot of upsets in the first round, the first game of the first round. He had Indiana nearly beating Chicago. Atlanta laid the wood on Orlando. Orlando and the Lakers was my pick before the playoffs began. Excuse me. The Lakers got beat by New Orleans. And the Knicks nearly beat the Boston Celtics. So it's going to be a very interesting playoffs in the NBA. NASCAR, they had the race at Talladega, very interesting. Jimmy Johnson was 5th with about half a lap to go, and he got a draft and took the race. Finished first place by 2/1000th of a second. Whenever they race at Daytona and Talladega, it's a very interesting race. Although I am not a big fan of this tag team driving they do with the draft, where in the old days, you would see like about 20 cars in one slot lined up in one line and like 20 lined up in another line, and they would get a nice little draft going. But nowadays, with the new rules regarding these super speedways, it's like tag team auto racing. I'm not a big fan of auto racing being a team sport, even though it is. In the end, only one person wins a race. And that's the way it should be. No end in sight to the football strike. Draft's coming up in, I think it's either this week or next. I think it's this week. Anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how the NFL and the Players Union meet out their differences. The Bucks are going to play, if there is a regular season this year in 2011, they're going to be playing the Chicago Bears in London, so that's one game we will all get to see, except of course it'll be a continent away, and it'll be we'll all get to see it because we don't have to worry about a sellout. The Rays have come back a little bit. They are back in contention now. They won 3 out of 4 for the Minnesota Twins. Johnny Damon doing well, but he got hurt. Had an injury to one of his fingers. Oh, the life. Other than that, not a lot going on in the world today, so let me turn you all loose on this 18th day of April 2011. I hope I didn't say it was the 17th earlier. Oh well. So I'm going to edit this video together, put it up on YouTube, and I will catch you all later. So long for now.